From Patrick Gymnasium on the campus of Country Day School, it's the CrescentCitySports.com prep basketball quarterfinals, as this evening the Country Day Cajuns entertain arch rival St. Martin's. And a pleasant good evening to you, Ken Trahan, on a pleasant evening in Metairie. Gorgeous outside, nice inside as well. And we should have a nice basketball game between a pair of teams that know each other quite well. For years now, St. Martin's has called Country Day its biggest rival. And the latter is likely true, although Newman would certainly come into play at times there as well. Two schools in Metairie with similar dynamics in terms of the financial aspect of it and the type of student it attracts. And, of course, familiarity on the basketball court. As members of District 9 1A, they've met each other twice during the regular season, with each team winning a game by 10 points on the home floor. Bill Gallagher, the coach, joining me now. Bill, great to have you with us, and I know you feel like you're at home to a degree. You've been here, done that before. That said, this is one of those rivalry games that you end up seeing this played in the select playoffs in different sports quite a bit because of the number of teams in the playoffs, which isn't that many, where rematches occur. This evening is one of those.
Yeah, that's a shame it happens that way. But you know what? This is one of these games where, as you mentioned, both teams have won their games against the opponent by 10 points. It's a pretty even game. I think this is like the rubber match for the season, to say nothing of the fact that this sends them into the semifinals. So I don't think either team is complaining about having to play their district rival one more time, because there is a lot riding on this game.
Certainly not in this situation being a quarterfinal game. Now you look at the two games this year, Country Day had the lead in both games. In the first game, Country Day built a 21-point lead by halftime. The lead got up to 28 at one point before St. Martin's rallied to make it closer, but lost by 10. The lead, obviously too much to overcome. But in the second game, Country Day actually led at halftime by 5 at Atkerson Gymnasium, just a few miles away. But St. Martin's took over in the second half, really controlled play, forced turnovers, which they are very capable of doing, and won the game. If you look at the semifinal game, St. Martin's game we covered, wrote about at CrescentCitySports.com, won on a last-second shot, 56-55 over number 11 St. Edmund. And that was a game where St. Martin's committed 24 turnovers, but they forced 30, and they will pressure you and force turnovers, and that's one of the keys for Country Day, is to not turn the ball over too much.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a key on both sides tonight, is limiting the number of turnovers, and can you take advantage of the other team's turnovers when you get one? Points off of turnovers, I think that'll be big.
Country Day, the third seed, and they defeated St. John 65-50, the 14th seed in the regional round. Country Day is 14-4. They've won 4 straight games. St. Martin is 19-10 overall. Last year, Country Day reached the Division III semifinals as a 5th seed when they were 18-10, so they're trying to get back to the semifinals. St. Martin's, we don't think, has been to the semifinals since they won back-to-back state championships in 1993 and 1994 with Greater New Orleans Sports Hall of Famer Barbara Farris leading the way.
They should have won it if they had Barbara Farris on those two teams, and they did.
Yeah, she was awesome, to say the least. Country Day won 49-39 at home on January 14th here in this building. St. Martin's beat Country Day 52-42 over in Atkinson Gymnasium on January the 31st. And, of course, last year, this is no surprise that St. Martin's is in this position, Bill. Last year they were a team that reached the second round. They reached the quarterfinals, as it were, in select, which is the second round on the select side, when they beat Opelousas Catholic, the number 7 seed in the opening round, 32-28 before losing to the number 2 seed Homa Christian. The coaches, Courtney Ward at St. Martin's, and she's a great story, Bill. She built the program from scratch, 51-60 overall. All you have to do is look back when she first got the job, having to start over 2-15, 0-15, and look where they are now.
That means they've won 49 games in her last 3 years there. That's pretty impressive in high school basketball.
She's done a great job, and she was a really good player herself at McMain High School, and an interesting story surrounding her as well.
Yes, a Katrina casualty, played at McMain and was having a stellar career, interested in a couple of colleges here in town were interested in her, but she had to move off to Baltimore, where she relocated and took her team to a state title there, and ended up back at Belhaven College.
Newtown High School in Baltimore, and she relocated, of course, because of Katrina, and obviously went on to a really good career at Belhaven. She's done a great job. Adam Gardner, the head coach at Country Day. He's done an excellent job here. The second time in 3 years he's serving as head coach, prominent football coach for the Cajuns as well, coaching offensive and defensive line.
I've known Adam since he was like in 5th or 6th grade. And actually, he's a little smaller now than he was then. So he must be losing some weight coaching these girls. He's done a great job.
He's been with the girls program the last 4 years, played football and basketball at De La Salle, and then played college football at Southern Miss and at Nichols as well. And this is a Country Day team that relies on Casey Chairs, the senior from Metairie, who's averaged 20 points a game. She's signed with Grambling. She's got a tremendous future, Bill. She's really good.
Yeah, she's one of the better players around, especially at the small school level. And Kenny, I got to ask you once again, is this a misprint? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th graders on this roster?
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah, and only 8 players that dress, but what a future they have. Ellie Schneider, the 6'2 freshman, talented, good, great future. Great bloodlines as well. Her father was a star baseball player at Archbishop Rummel and went on to LSU on scholarship in baseball, where he was good. And, of course, her grandfather's another one of those great New Orleans Sports Hall of Fame inductees, and Larry Schneider, the original senior.
A great New Orleans name, a New Orleans sports legend.
Country Day will be in white. The St. Martins will be in the road black uniforms here today. Red numerals trimmed in white. Country Day, red numerals trimmed in blue as we get set for action here. Kyler Coleman, outstanding sophomore, will jump in the center circle against Sophia Henderson. For Country Day, Henderson at 6'2", will have a big height advantage there. As we get set to get things started here. Again, you're not going to see a lot of substitutions in this game. Depth is not a strength of either one of these teams. They will go down the line with their starters. The officials, by the way, from the Lafayette Association assigned to this game, ready to roll here from Patrick Gymnasium. Country Day St. Martin's rubber match. Tip goes to Country Day. We're underway. This is Casey Chairs. She'll have the ball most of the time. Picked up immediately at center court by her counterpart, Kyler Coleman. Now double team. You'll see that a lot. Now they reverse the ball left side of the floor. Addison Lonnie. Lonnie double team into the corner, in trouble now. Tries to get it out of there and is able to do so. Now back to Chairs. They will trap every chance they get. Double team Chairs every chance they get, Bill.
Yeah, they got to get the ball out of her hands and try to make somebody else do some damage out there.
Shot missed. Good opportunity down low, and the rebound comes down to Toy Robinson, and here comes St. Martin's the other way, and this is the player that will have the ball most of the time, Jaden Coleman. Coleman cross-court pass. Toy Robinson back to Coleman. Country Day in his zone, and they're going to trap as well. This is Robinson. Right corner pass now. Ball stolen away. Here comes Chairs the other way. Chairs all the way with the left hand. Cannot convert. And the rebound comes down to Cindy Wiltz.
That's 2 shots in the paint that Country Day has missed to start the game off. That's not a good sign.
Dribble penetration, nice up and under move, and scoring the basketball is Kyler Coleman. Boy, Kyler Coleman, one of the 2 sophomore cousins on this team, giving St. Martin's a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, she had a quick first step toward the baseline and took it right underneath and made the shot.
Chairs to Maggie Schneider, and she throws it away. Turnover to Wiltz. Slowly walking it up. Jaden Coleman picks up her dribble. Robinson again. 2 of the younger teams you'll find anywhere in women's basketball.
I can't imagine you'd find any more left in the playoffs that are younger than these 2 girls.
Ball taken away, but now she got it back. Off the drive, Wiltz can't convert. Out of bounds to St. Martin's. Saints retain possession.
St. Martin's is spreading it out a little bit offensively to start. Looks like they're almost running a 4-corner. 2 girls down low in the corner and 2 girls up high.
Nice pass to Robinson, but she's way short. Saved on the floor, but here's Chairs, and she wants to run. Chairs will push it any chance she gets. Euro move, can't convert. Rebound, stick back, not there, and the rebound controlled by Robinson.
Big statistics so far. That's 4 shots in the paint that that Country Day has missed.
Yeah, they've gotten the ball inside.
Yeah.
With regularity, but trail 2-0 at the 5:36 mark here.
Well, and as I mentioned there, off the turnover, too, they had a fast break layup and couldn't score on that, off the turnover.
Chairs They'll double her to get it out of her hands. Now to Schneider. This is Maggie Schneider. Now top of the circle. Henderson missing. And Schneider with the rebound. Put it back, but a foul before the shot. And Schneider got the board. That's Ellie Schneider. Foul's going to be on 23. Sydney Wiltz, her first. Team foul number 1. St. Martin's retaining, or rather Country Day retaining possession. Nice pass to Henderson off the inbounds, but again the miss. Rebound coming long and taken away nicely by Robinson. She's been very active. And that pass is thrown away. Another turnover by Country Day. Tried to get it down low, got it back. Might have double dribble, got away with that, and now traveled anyway.
I think it was a double dribble that called that walk.
Third turnover on Country Day. Well, you can see very early on what's going to happen here. St. Martin's is going to do everything to get the ball out of Chair's hands all evening.
Yeah, they're continuing to trap the ball whenever they can, try to get it out of her hands and make somebody else play some offense for Country Day.
Still only one score in the game, a 2-0 lead for St. Martin's over 3 minutes in. And that's another travel. So turnover number 3 for St. Martin's. Each team with 3 early in the game.
Yeah, it's a really slow start by both teams. Turnovers, missed shots.
The other way now. Chairs. Left corner pass. Not looking for the shot at all. Trying to go down low. Henderson can't command it. Ball to the out-of-bounds line and a turnover by Country Day, their 4th. So again, when you keep the ball out of Chairs' hands, they look like they're in a little bit of disarray.
Well, nobody else is looking to really shoot the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've had a couple of wide open shots on the perimeter, but they're just not looking to take those shots.
Well, they know their roles, Bill, but at some point when you're going to have to take a shot if they're going to continue to deny Chairs the ball.
That's going to be a coaching adjustment that'll have to be made at some point.
This is blocked by Schneider, cleared by Chairs, coming the other way. All the way with the left hand.
She walked.
They say she walked. So Chairs.
That's a good call.
Traveling with the ball and turnover. Country Day. It's the 5th for the Cajuns in the game already. We said that would be a key.
Yep.
And it's showing up early. Yep. At the halfway mark, still only 2-0 first quarter.
But the thing is, St. Martin's isn't scoring off those turnovers either.
Coleman picked up her bounce, down low to her cousin. Fakes up and under move. Not there. Offensive rebound and no. And finally, Henderson controls. Nice pass down low and missing the layup.
Shot.
Henderson and Robinson rebounds. Again, that's 5 at the rim that Country Day has failed to convert. And they're going to push it any chance they get, will Country Day. Jaden Coleman gives it up. This is the freshman, Benoit. Good shooter. Trapped on the baseline, needs a timeout, got one. At the 3:12 mark, 2-0 the lead for St. Martin's. A little shaky early on, Bill.
Yeah, I guess, the familiarity with each other is making it a little bit tougher, I guess. But Country Day is really having their way as far as getting the ball inside. They just can't hit a shot.
Really can't, and a 2-0 lead for St. Martin's.
I think eventually Chairs is just going to have to start forcing something. But again, I think that's going to have to be some type of a coaching adjustment that either is made out of this timeout or at the quarter, as far as something else that they can do to get somebody else involved in the game.
Live streaming on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by Yield, Collagen, and Rock and Bowl. Rock and Bowl, now with 2 locations on South Carrollton Avenue in New Orleans and Jefferson Street in downtown Lafayette. See a full schedule of entertainment at rockandbowl.com. Saints on top, more than halfway through the first quarter. Sydney Wiltz, dribble penetration, nice look, can't finish. Offensive rebound and the putback, no. Fight for the basketball and another offensive rebound and an open look, and Coleman short again. And another offensive rebound. So they get 4 chances here. Can someone convert? No. Finally, Chairs gets a defensive rebound. So we go the other way.
Another turnover.
Turnover number 6 for Country Day. Nice shot, soft. That is Jaden Coleman, and St. Martin's with a 4-0 lead. Coleman, the hero of their win over St. Edmund. Up and under move by Chairs. No call. Ellie Schneider with the stick back. Country Day is on the board. She keeps the ball high, Bill. Very fundamentally sound.
Yeah, it was nice to see that. She didn't bring the ball down, and actually it was a really good rebound, not going over the back.
And a 4-2 game. St. Martin's on top. Should trap in the corner, did not. Nice penetration. Great pass to Benoit, and one. Great feed by Coleman. She gets the assist. Benoit with an N1 situation.
That's twice Coleman's taking it down that baseline. She's got a really good move on that baseline, and they're not able to stop her right now. And a really pretty pass.
Only one foul on each team. Benoit, good shooter. We noted earlier she wasn't missing anything in warm-ups. She knocks it down, and St. Martin's have a 7-2 lead at the 2-minute mark of the first quarter. This pass is errant, and another turnover. Just miscommunication there, and that's 7 on Country Day. And now a substitution, the first of the game. St. Martin's will send Abby Beck into the game. So Beck comes on. Allie Bryant will sit. 7-2 game at the 148 mark. Open look. Again, offensive rebounds a huge factor. Schneider finally clears this one. Her third board. Nice pass. Beautiful pass and the layup. Maggie Schneider from her sister, Ellie Schneider, and it's a 7-4 game. The Sister Act.
That's what has gotten Country Day to this point, is making shots like that, making plays like that. So it's just a matter of warming up.
Kyler Coleman getting it to Jaden Coleman. Now dribble penetration. Kyler can't convert. Rebound controlled by Henderson, her third. Chairs wants to push it. Chairs all the way. Nice pass. Layup good. That's what Chairs can do, Bill.
Yeah, she just made it right through there, dribbled through all the penetration, dribbled through the traps, and saw the open teammate and threw the pass.
She wants to push it every chance possible.
Yeah, real big difference in style between her pushing it and St. Martin's walking it up the floor.
Pass knocked away. Chairs almost came up with it, but Sydney Wilkes retained possession. 30 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Baseline move, beat her man. Blocked by Ellie Schneider. Got it back. Stayed in bounds somehow. Schneider with her second block. Up and under, and Schneider got her third, but they call a foul. In good position there, but they say she got her. So Schneider commits her first.
Kyler not afraid to take it inside on Schneider there. She got a shot blocked the time before that, but she took it right back at her again and drew the foul.
Kyler Coleman with 2 points at the line, trying to extend a 1-point lead. We'll have another. St. Martin shot free throws well in the semifinal game, 20 of 28. Substitution here is Benoit comes on and replaces Jaden Coleman. Kyler Coleman trying to split a pair here. And does to make it an 8-6 game. 10 seconds left. Chairs will have the ball in her hands with time. Chairs to the right side of the floor. All the way down the alley. Great move and scores. We're tied at 8. Casey Chairs ties the game as the quarter comes to an end. Her first 2 of the game appropriately coming on the final play of the quarter. And our first tie of the game at 8-8 is Country Day. Down early, 7-2, fought back, Bill.
Yeah, Chairs came back strong right there toward the end, making that basket right there, driving the length of the floor and getting it in. And then she almost stole that pass right at the end right there. She's definitely the keys to this automobile for Country Day.
Well, again, she's been able to get things done when she gets out pushing it in the open floor.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to do something to get the ball out of her hands, maybe further up the court, and not let her get the ball into the backcourt with a full head of steam and being able to see the length of the floor. So they're going to have to put a little more pressure on her.
So an even quarter as it turns out. Didn't look that way early on, but it certainly ended up that way. Kyler Coleman, 3 points. The only, one of 2 players with 3 for St. Martin's. Hannah Benoit has 3. Jaden Coleman 2. And for Country Day, Maggie Schneider, Casey Cheers, Sophia Henderson, Ellie Schneider each have 2 points in the game. So things picked up quite a bit in the final couple of minutes of that quarter after what was a very tentative and slow start in retrospect.
There was a little over 2.5 minutes left in the quarter, and the score was still 2-0. So it really picked up in the last couple of minutes of the quarter. So now we're starting all over. It's a 3-quarter game, 3-period game.
Second quarter getting set to begin.
And speaking of the Schneiders, I see Coach Schneider in the stands.
He's a good man.
Right there at midcourt.
Second quarter set to begin. It will be Saints ball to start the quarter. Coleman harassed by Cheers. Pass knocked away, and it's going to be out of bounds too. They're trying to decide. I believe it's Country Day ball, and I think that's the right call.
Yeah, it was. That official looked like he was pointing towards St. Martin's, but it was definitely out on St. Martin's.
Cheers, Schneider to her sister, back inside to Ellie Schneider, turns, shoots, misses. Rebound controlled by Wiltz, her third board.
Not a really good shot there. Didn't really see the goal when she turned around and shot it.
Robinson to the baseline. Beck, Wiltz, Coleman, there, yes. Wiltz to Coleman. Tyler Coleman with 5, and St. Martin's back on top. Lonnie to the baseline. Henderson to the high post. They got that high low if they look. Boy, Schneider was wide open down low. Finally get it to her and she'll score. She had a post position from the get-go there.
Yeah, she was on when the ball was up at top, and then when the ball was swung around to the weak side, she was still open.
And she's tough to stop when she catches it that low at 6'2", and she's still growing, Bill.
Yeah, she just needs to turn and face the basket a little bit.
Robinson, left corner, fumbled it away, retains. There's got to be a foul call there, and they're going to get Cheers for the foul. Again, the officials have done a good job of letting them play. They've only called 3 fouls in the game.
They're a non-factor, and as a coach and as a player, that's what you want. You don't want the officials to take over the game.
Pass stolen but out of bounds. Good job there by Addison Lonnie, whose mother, Dana, is doing a great job here at Country Day. Dana's a friend of mine. I work with her at University of New Orleans and does a great job at this school with a storied volleyball program along with Julie Avietta. Inbounds fast, shot missed. Rebound tipped around, and Henderson used her size to get her 4th board.
Yeah, good rebound by Henderson.
Cheers wants to push it, as we said. Splits 2, splits 3. Got it down low to Henderson. She'll score.
They've got to put more pressure on Cheers and not have her way with the ball when she's dribbling down the court.
She can beat a bunch of people off the bounce. Nice job defensively by Lonnie again.
Country Day's starting to get their hands in the passing lanes now and disrupting their offense a little bit.
Dribble drive, nice feed. Offensive rebound, Jaden Coleman. Long rebound here, and Lonnie has it. Cheers bumped and fouled. Good call. Players moving, you have to call that on the defender. Tyler Coleman gets her first. Team foul number 2. Country Day has just 3. We're at the 5:41 mark of the first half. In the regional round game, St. Martin, St. Edmunds, you had foul trouble on both sides throughout in a tightly called game. Schneider to Schneider on the post, and she'll get to the free throw line. Just too much size down there, Bill.
There's that adjustment that I talked about that you might make at the quarter by the coaching staff. Let's start getting the ball down low into Schneider.
If you get the ball to one side of the floor, if you make that entry pass quickly, you'll get the one-on-one.
Yes,
now, that's the second foul on Jaden Coleman, so keep that in mind. Star player with her second. The high arch free throw is no good. Another coming. Ellie Schneider.
And Coleman just took a seat on the bench for St. Martin's.
With 2. Right move to make in this situation by Courtney Ward. Schneider can't convert either. And a whistle, we're going to have a
violation, I believe.
They call a violation or a foul. No, they're going to say a violation, yeah. So she'll get another opportunity.
I think Abby Beck stepped in a little bit too early.
Get it. Schneider shoots that free throw very high. That one's perfect. She's got 5 to lead her team in scoring, and Country Day's lead is up to 13-10 of the 5:26 mark.
Country Day starting to extend their defense a little bit.
Country Day going back to the first quarter now on a 7-0 run after a slow start. Nice drive by Kyler Coleman, blocked by Schneider, but the stick back is there for Beck.
That's been a plus for St. Martin's so far as their offensive rebounding.
13-12 game. Chairs fumbled, got it back. Schneider had the pin down to her sister. There it is, but missed it. Got it back, put it up, no good. She'll go to the free throw line again. Again, if they can just get that ball to one side of the floor, she's got that low block position without the double team, just too much size.
Yeah, I think what St. Martin's might have to look to do is to put a little bit more pressure on Maggie Schneider out on the wing and not let her make that pass.
Right, they know she's not going to shoot it, so they're leaving her.
She's not going to shoot it. But if you're not double teaming Ellie down low, then you got to go out and put a little pressure on the pass.
In and out on the first free throw, so 1 of 4 from the line now, with 5 points in the game. And now 1 of 5, but an offensive rebound for Chairs. Her 4th board. Chairs off the pick. She can hit that, but this is way off. Rebound on the floor. That's a good job by the 6'2 center to go down with the smaller players and create a jump ball and keep a possession. That's a really good job by a big.
That's what you're looking for. You're looking for girls that'll get down, or any player, to just get down on the floor and scuff up those knees, get that loose ball, pick up those 50-50 balls.
That's on Benoit, so Hannah Benoit has her first 15 foul. 1 point lead, Cajuns with the ball. Chairs finally able to get it. Got fouled, no call there. Boy, they're letting him play, Bill.
Yes, they are. Yes,
that'll be St. Martin's ball. She was bumped, but again,
a little discussion on whose ball.
I like them being able to play the game. There was some contact there, though. St. Martin's ball. Coleman gets to the rim, can't finish. Rebound Lonnie. Chairs. Nice hesitation, move strong to the hole. We'll get to the free throw line.
You know, even not just in the half court, but even off of an offensive rebound, the Country Day girls, they're looking for Chairs immediately.
Benoit picks up her 2nd foul. So now Benoit has 2, so does Jaden Coleman. Jaden Coleman's at the scorer's table waiting to check back in. Casey Chairs thus far held to just 2 points. Good free throw shooter. Soft touch gets the first. Jaden Coleman replaces Benoit, so that's 1 starter for another with 2 fouls each. The lead is 2. And now 3 as Chairs has 4. And that's a 15-12 lead. Cajuns at the 4:05 mark.
She may only have 4 points, but her presence is definitely known on the floor right now. I mean, she's everywhere.
Steal by Henderson. Chairs off the drive, has it knocked away, out of bounds. Good defense.
Nice defense by Robinson.
She gets the block. Country Day keeps possession. Timeout taken by St. Martin's. It comes with 3:52 to play in the first half. 15-12. Cajuns on top. Live streaming on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by Gills Bar, for more than half a century, offering services, solutions, and support for businesses and associations looking for happier constituents and healthier bottom lines. And headquartered on the North Shore. To learn more on how Gills Bar can help your business, visit gillsbar.com. Thanks to Gills Bar, Hank Miltenberger, and their continued support, which is greatly appreciated. The Country Day, after a slow start, Bill, has really kind of controlled things, right?
Well, Chairs she's only got those 4 points, as we said, but she's bringing the ball down the floor every time. She's gotten 4 rebounds, 5 rebounds already. She's the general on the floor right now, so she may only have 4 points, but she's definitely making herself known in this game.
Well, Chairs with 4 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal to this point. Teams back on the floor after the St. Martin's timeout. Country Day ball underneath their own hoop with a chance to try to score. Watch Schneider on the high toss in here, Bill, with her height.
They can't get it to her.
Lonnie from the corner, that's way short. Schneider over the top, stick back, just too tall, right?
She really controls her body well.
And she doesn't bring the ball down.
Doesn't bring the ball down, yeah.
Fundamentally sound, play tall.
But she's got those hands, those arms up, even for the rebound.
Oh, and a great block by Schneider. And it's cleared by Chairs, who's on the run. Chairs all the way. Schneider with 4 blocks now, Bill, in a 19-12 game.
Well, and Chairs just took the ball down the floor right there, and Coleman, with 2 fouls, couldn't stop her.
Steal by Chairs again. Chairs will score again. What a run by Country Day. Chairs with 8, and it's 21-12. Country Day in command here now. 8-0 run. Ball on the floor. Coleman fighting, comes up with it. And again, it was Schneider's presence that forced the turnover. Coleman knew she couldn't get a shot off against Schneider and nowhere to go with it.
Yeah, this game is quickly turned into Country Day's favor.
No doubt. 8-0 run for Country Day, up by 9 at the 2:54 mark. Winner to the semifinals. Casey Chairs. This is Isaacs. Down to Henderson. Henderson's short. Schneider over the top again. Too much size. 5th rebound. 9 points for Schneider. She's dominating inside. And it's 23-12. And her size, Bill, has been the difference.
Yeah, Courtney Ward's over there working the officials, trying to get an over the back. I think eventually you're gonna see one.
Good shooter, Benoit, but that's off. And there's Schneider again. 6th rebound for Schneider. Chairs in the open floor. She'll beat everybody. Casey Chairs has 10. Country Day on a 12-0 run, forcing another timeout by the Saints at the 2:12 mark. And the Cajuns are in control, 25-12.
Yeah, Crescent, St. Martin's just looks beat right now. They're not able to get back on defense, and the ones that do get back on defense, they can't foul. They've got 2 fouls, so they're in foul trouble. They don't have much of a bench, so St. Martin's is just going to have to take this one possession at a time, like they say. And Country Day is just a ball of fire right now. They're doing nothing wrong right now. They're getting every loose ball. They're getting every rebound. They're making shots. They're stealing the ball. They've taken St. Martin's out of their offense.
Well, 2 players just getting it done in a big fashion for Country Day. And that's Ellie Schneider, Bill, with 9 points, 6 rebounds, 4 blocks, and an assist. And Casey Chairs with 10 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals.
Well, with Schneider being 6'2", pun intended, she's made a big difference in this game so far.
Right. St. Martin's doesn't have a player over 5'8", 5'7",
right.
5'8".
They've got to do something different defensively against her.
Jaden Coleman. Defense extended again. Kyler Coleman. Nice drive. Schneider's there again. Rebound, put back and in. There's an offensive board and a putback to stop the run by Hallie Bryan. This is going to be on Kyler Coleman.
And now the fouls are starting to rack up.
Her first. Didn't have many fouls in the first. Now we're having a bunch of fouls, and it's a 1-and-1. And you don't want to put Chairs at the free throw line, who's dynamite from the line. 10 points in the game, including 8 in this quarter, Bill. And she's 2 for 2 from the line with a chance to extend an 11-point lead. The Grambling signee. Perfect.
Very pretty shot.
Money in the bank. She's really good in all phases, but deadly from the line. You don't want to put her there. Chairs missed the second. Offensive rebound by Henderson. She's got 5 boards.
And they immediately get the ball back out to Chairs.
There's Henderson in the paint, and it won't go. Controlled by Benoit. Still a great look for Henderson in the paint. Benoit off the dribble. Finds an open shooter. Robinson's off. Rebound Henderson, her 6th. Nice reversal on the dribble. Chairs. Look at a crossover. Nice pass by Henderson. Beautiful pass from Schneider to Henderson, but unable to convert. A great high-low look there. Great pass here, but again, unable to convert.
Banged it too hard off the backboard.
Chairs the other way. Out of bounds. Turnover, Country Day. 57.7 seconds left in a half. Remember, Country Day had 7 turnovers in the first quarter. That's their first this quarter.
I was going to say,
that's the difference.
I think that's the first mistake they've made since that horrendous start that they had.
Yep. Trying to make this a single-digit game before the half if they can. Missed free shot, and Schneider blocks the putback. And now Chairs fights to take it away. Loose ball, jump ball, alternating possession to St. Martin's. Schneider has now blocked 5 shots, Bill. She's just totally dominating the game inside. She's a freshman.
A freshman.
Jaden Coleman's been quiet in this game. She was the star in the regional round game. Not only the winning basket, but 24 points in that game. And
well,
she's been held to just 2 in this game.
Since that 7-0 start, they've been outscored 26-7.
It was a 7-2 start. Yep.
Everybody's been quiet for St. Martin's.
Just got that one inbounds to Jaden Coleman. Got her man beat off the dribble. Nice leaner in the paint. That's what Jaden Coleman can do.
They're going to have to get more of that in the second half to get back in this. Now they're looking to double up.
Timeout. Smart timeout taken there. Very wise timeout to make sure that you're under control, and Adam Gardner didn't want a turnover with 16.1 seconds left in a half.
Although smart play by St. Martin's there to throw that at them, and something that Country Day hadn't seen the whole game was getting Chairs double team deep into the back court. So it was a good timeout.
A 10-point game, and Country Day will have possession when play resumes.
Now I think if I'm St. Martin's right here, I'm going to continue with that full court pressure. Not much time left on the clock. I don't want to give Chairs a head of steam running up the floor with the ball.
Interestingly, Chairs was the inbounds passer.
Yeah.
That surprises me. They got the bigs handling the ball. That's a mistake, and they should have had a steal. Instead, Chairs gets it to an open shooter who traveled before the shot.
Little 7th grade nerves there.
Isaacs traveled. Turnover, Country Day. I'm surprised, though. They had the bigs handling the ball. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2, 1. Will she get a shot off? She will. Won't go. Half arrives, and a 10-point lead for the Country Day Cajuns over St. Martin's. And a very impressive quarter for Country Day, Bill.
Yeah, they started off really poor. Had those 7 turnovers in the first quarter. Didn't make their 8th until there was about a minute left in the fourth quarter. In the second quarter, Casey Chairs caught fire in that second quarter. Only had 4 points in the first quarter, but caught fire in that second quarter, and her presence has definitely been felt. St. Martin's is going to have to regroup very quickly. But here you go. It's a 10-point deficit at halftime. I believe their last two games.
We've been there, done that,
did
right?
Did that the same thing. So I think that's, I don't know what that means, but, it's happened twice before.
Well, you got, again, two players really controlling this game at this point. Casey Chairs and Ellie Schneider have just really controlled the game. And the size of Country Day has been a real problem. The 6'2 Henderson, the 6'2 Schneider. St. Martin's just doesn't have anyone. St. Martin's has to turn Country Day over in this game based on the size differential and the ability of Chairs.
Well, they've got to score. They didn't score off those 7 turnovers in the first quarter. That was a big difference there. That hurt a lot. Now, as far as their half-court defense goes, you've got to do something. You got what you did in the first half did not work against Schneider. I'm thinking you got to go out and put pressure on the little Schneider in the corner and not let her have such an easy pass into the post play.
Well, again, Country Day started off shaky, trailed 7-2, but then they rallied to tie at 8-8 at the end of the first. St. Martin scored the first basket of the second quarter, but then after that, it was total dominance as Country Day, after that first basket to start the second quarter, went on a 17-2 run, which included a 12-0 run. And thus you have the working margin of 10 points, which is a pretty solid margin in terms of the way these games unfold with the number of points that are scored.
Right, exactly. I mean, you're 10 points behind. You only scored 16 in the first half. So that 17-2 run, especially in the playoffs, that's just a killer. That's just really a killer. Now, the good thing for St. Martin's is that, it is a familiar opponent, so it's not like, that Country Day is going to come out and do something unexpected. So if St. Martin's can stay out of foul trouble, if they can continue to put the pressure and score off of the turnovers, and they got to do something with Schneider in the post. They'll make things interesting in the second half.
So a 10-point margin at the half. All right, let's look at the St. Martin's side of the ledger as we look at the numbers thus far. Casey Chairs, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Ellie Schneider with 9 points, 6 rebounds, 5 blocks, and an assist. Maggie Schneider with 2 points and an assist. And that's been it other than Sophia Henderson. Henderson's been a force now. She's 6'2". She's got 4 points, but she's got 7 rebounds as well. For St. Martin's, Abby Beck with 2 points. Jaden Coleman held to 4 points, and that's huge. Kyler Coleman with 5 leads the way. 3 points for Hannah Benoit and 2 for Hallie Bryan, who's got 4 rebounds. And early on, St. Martin's was rebounding well, Bill, but that changed dramatically as the half progressed.
Well, Schneider began to make her presence felt, and as we mentioned a couple of times, she does a great job keeping her hands up above toward the rim. She doesn't bring it down. Courtney Ward, St. Martin's coach, has been begging for an over the back on the offensive end. Watch, she's going to get some of those in the second half. That's going to happen. But they've got to do something to stop Schneider.
20-16 rebound edge for Country Day. Some familiar faces on the other end over there, right?
They got a little scrimmage going on after this game.
Yeah, you know a little bit about that, right?
Well, neither team has an opening round game in the playoffs, and basically for both Country Day and Brother Martin boys, the playoffs don't start until a week from tomorrow. So you're allowed to play. You want to call it a scrimmage?
Yeah.
Call it a scrimmage. Doesn't go towards your PowerPoints. Doesn't go towards your record or anything like that. Just to give you something. Because it's basically going to be 2 weeks since these two teams have played before they play their first playoff game.
Of course, high school baseball and softball underway. Baseball today, 2 good teams. Lakeshore, really good team. They beat Holy Cross 4-3 at Holy Cross Park this afternoon. Lakeshore is really good. They were superb a year ago, and they're really good again this year. And Holy Cross is good as well. Meanwhile, also in the top of the third in the WGNO Classic, Brother Martin is all over Fontainebleau, 8-1 in the top of the third inning. in that one. You can go to CrescentCitySports.com. We have a baseball report every day with all the area scores. Already had an epic game on, what was it?
Monday night?
Monday night. Jesuit 9 innings.
North Shore.
Yeah, what was it? 11-10. Unbelievable game back and forth. Jesuit led 8-3 in the 7th. North Shore scored 5, forced extra innings. Jesuit scored 2 in the 8th. North Shore scored 2 in the bottom of the 8th, and then Jesuit scored a game winner and made it stand up. Frank Cazzo debuted in his second stint at Roma with an impressive 10-1 win at Destrehan. No slouch. Destrehan's always a good program. Lusher, good win last night. You can read my story at CrescentCitySports.com today and every day. Full baseball reports, softball reports, of course, all the basketball, the soccer championships going on right now. And our soccer analyst and writer, Alan DeRitter, is there right now, blogging for CrescentCitySports.com from Hammond. No score in the girls' game as we speak. That's going on right now in Division II in soccer. Good follow, Alan. Monday Night Football. Got to distinguish between football and football, right?
Oh, ask Alan. He'll distinguish between the two for you.
Alan's a great guy. Good,
wonderful man.
Really good person, great friend.
Man.
Loves that sport as much as anybody I know. Just a superb guy, and great to have him helping us.
Very spiritual man, too.
As he always has. Yeah, cares deeply and loves the Lord. He's just a good man, and glad to have him doing what he does so well for us. Really happy to see it. Yeah, and you pointed out the scrimmage that's following this game. Look, I mean, that's the reality of these select playoffs you have with the big gaps in terms of games, and it does affect how you play. Sometimes you come back and you're flat and you don't play well at all. Sometimes you come back and play lights out. You just never know. Do you really have a feel for that?
You really don't. You really don't. I mean, like I said, it's going to be 2 weeks since these two teams played.
Yeah.
They played, so long ago. And even when you have a scrimmage like this, how do you approach it? You don't want to get anybody hurt, but, the kids, and as a coach, your competitive juices are going. So it's really a difficult situation.
That soccer match going on right now in Division II, St. Thomas More and Ben Franklin scoreless late first half. St. Thomas More boys will play for the state title later against Holy Cross, who's won back-to-back Division II state titles, looking for a three-peat later on this evening. Interesting that yesterday the University High boys and girls both won state titles in Hammond, and St. Thomas More has a chance to pull off the same feats. That's very unusual for co-ed schools.
Was it U High girls? They didn't give up a goal all year long?
They gave up a goal. Oh. They gave up several goals. I detailed it in my story.
Okay.
But they hadn't given up a goal in a whole bunch of matches. So, ton of
good
ton
defense,
of
nonetheless.
Yeah, a ton of shutouts in succession. So, and speaking of defense, I think that's what it's going to take for St. Martin's to have a chance to come back in this game. They're going to have to find a way, Bill, to block out on the defensive boards. And I think they're going to have to maybe front and back Schneider. I think you trap and double chairs on the perimeter any chance you get. And I think you've got to front and back Schneider because you've already seen that at least one player, if not two, on Country Day's team, they're not going to shoot the ball.
They're not going to shoot it. So you've got two choices. One is the front and back, play in front and play behind. And the other choice is you play in front, but then you go out and you play hard on the wing. I know she's not going to shoot, but you can't let her make that pass out. If you're playing in front of Schneider and you can prevent that pass from being entered, then that's fine. Then you can play like that.
And if you're Adam Gardner, on the other hand, that was Courtney Ward's dilemma. Adam Gardner, well, it's not a dilemma. Just keep doing what you're doing, which is get chairs out on the open floor any chance you get to defeat double-team pressure. And when she gives it up, kick the ball to the left wing or left corner because they're not guarding Maggie Schneider, and she's just been able to get that entry pass to her sister, Ellie, on a regular basis on the left block, which is where she's pretty much camped out, Bill, from the start.
Exactly. Well, what I like about their offense is they're putting Schneider down in the block on the side. Usually it's been on the left side extensively, but Chairs is nowhere around. So she's free to roam around. She's not as involved in that, which means that St. Martin's has got to also know where she is even though they're playing that defense on Schneider, they still got to keep their eye on Chairs because she can sneak in there and get an offensive rebound or something.
Great to have some friends. The St. Martin's coaching family has got some really good people involved. Now, my friend Frank Gendusa, now the football coach and athletic director, a really good man. Brady Benoit back as the baseball coach at St. Martin's, really good baseball man, and one of nicest people you'll ever meet. Talked to Brady yesterday, talked to Frank 2 days ago. And of course, Mike McGuire here at Country Day, always accommodating, does a great job. They pay him the big bucks, so he's running the scoreboard, man.
Yeah, he gets a whole lot for that. I think he's got a free bottle of water next to him. I think
there you go. Second half underway. Casey Chairs down low. Henderson put it on the floor and put it in.
Oh, my gosh. Did she look at the ball at the goal when she did that? I think she just flipped it up there.
She didn't, but she had such great position again.
She did have good position.
And that was a planned play out of the halftime, and now Chairs commits a foul way out high. Not where you want to pick up a foul, especially her second. Now, two's not a problem. You get to three, you have to be concerned. Jaden Coleman. A double pin Chairs there. Jaden dribble penetration, too strong. Out of bounds to Country Day.
Well, they got the offensive rebound, but they couldn't hang on to the ball. It got tipped out of bounds.
Well, they ran a double screen there for Coleman out high to free her up.
Double high.
But again, the presence of Schneider inside, Bill, when she's not blocking shots, she's changing shots.
All right, here's a change in your defense. You're picking up full court right here.
I think it's a good move because if Chairs isn't handling the ball, Country Day has no one to do it.
Surprising that
Chairs is the inbounds passer, and she's been doing that, which is a surprise to me. Now your bigs are good targets on the inbounds, but they're not ball handlers. That was a walk, and that's exactly what we're talking about. So, Bill, I think you got to make an adjustment there, don't you? You got to get Chairs the ball.
Well, if you don't,
either on the inbounds pass, or if she's the inbounds passer, then give it back to her right away.
If she's the inbounds passer, she's got to run at the ball to get the ball back.
Nice double pick again, and that creates an opening. Oh, in and out, break.
Deep.
Schneider gets the rebound. They've set that double pick twice, Bill. That's an adjustment.
Double dribble.
And there's Chairs on the turnover.
All right, so this pressure is affecting Country Day here.
No doubt.
But they still haven't scored off the turnovers.
But I like what Courtney Ward has done to turn up the heat here. Like it a lot. Jaden Coleman. Nice pass. Beautifully done. Great entry pass. Basket by Bryan. Coleman the assist.
She walked again.
Another turnover. And again, if Chairs isn't handling the ball, Country Day's got a problem. See, that's 3 turnovers already in the quarter, and we've only played a minute and 18 seconds.
And that's 2. And I hate to point out Maggie Schneider, but if you can go out and do that to her when she's in the half court, and not let her make that pass, she'll turn the ball over.
7th grader. Coleman step back. Oh, right on line. Offensive rebound again. Bryan, her 5th board. That's short. And another offensive board. Out hustling him right now. Robinson with her 5th rebound.
Got to be able to convert on some of these.
Nice dribble drive, but Schneider got a piece of that. Out of bounds to Country Day. Schneider now has 6 blocks, Bill.
Yeah, still not converting on those turnovers.
Crowd's gotten into this one. 10-point lead, Country Day, winner to the semifinals. Over the top pass, finally Schneider, and she is going to be fouled before the shot. Smart foul. Easy layup was coming against Hallie Bryan. Second on Bryan. Each team with 1 team foul. Again, Chairs the inbounds passer. They're not changing that. Henderson down low. She put it on the floor, surprisingly. Got it back, put it in. Again, she's 6'2", Bill.
Well, she put it on the floor to move a little bit closer to the goal. It wasn't a bad move. It was a really strong move. And still left herself positioned to get her own miss.
And the 2 6'2" players are proving to be a little bit too tall, no pun intended, for St. Martin's. And that's a bump and a foul by Henderson. On the floor. No shots coming. So Henderson commits the foul. First on Henderson. 5:43 to play in the third, 30-18. Wide open off the inbounds pass, not happening. Robinson, another boarder, sixth. Taken away.
Big steal.
Lonnie, nice play. Lonnie all the way, too strong. Another foul called here. That's on Lonnie. That's her second. Third team foul on Country Day. Cajuns up 12 with 5:25 to play in the third. Poked away, got it back. Jaden Coleman crosses over twice. Nice pass down low. Made the extra pass, bumping a foul on Schneider. So Ellie Schneider will get her second. 14 fouls on Country Day. Well, one way you can get back in this is to get to the free throw line frequently.
So you can score when there's
no time off the clock.
Time off the clock.
Jaden Coleman stops, pops. Nope. Henderson rebounds. Again, the presence of Schneider really affecting these shots. Cheers was bumped hard. And fouled. Able to rise. That's going to be on Jaden Coleman, I believe. It is, and that's her third. And she's got to sit. That's not good at the 5:04 mark. Benoit in.
Now you're trying to make something happen, get yourself back in the game, and you got to take one of your big starters out.
Again, she had 24 in the regional round victory. Casey Cheers crosses over. Nice pass to Henderson. Can't convert. Got too deep underneath the basket. Bryant, her sixth rebound. Benoit attacking. Cut off. Coleman baseline, and that's a foul on Henderson. So Henderson has two. Country Day now has 5 team fouls.
Yeah, I like the way St. Martin's is attacking. They're coming out and attacking much more stronger than they were in the first half.
Rare substitution here. Jane Gamble will get on the floor for the first time for Henderson.
St. Martin's just doesn't have much to show for it now.
See if St. Martin's can take advantage with Henderson sitting. Dribble drive, nice stop and pop. Beautifully done. Sydney Wiltz, with her first two of the game, makes it 30-20. You can't take it to Schneider. She's already proven she's going to affect all these shots.
Well, you notice they came out and began shooting a lot of three-point shots to start this half off.
Yeah.
So I think they realized that too.
So Wiltz smartly pulled up and just a little 10-footer in the paint. Open look without any effect on the shot. Able to convert. 4:25 to play in the third. And Country Day by 10. And we at Crescent City Sports want to remind you that live streaming here on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by Lamar Ford and Kenner. Now with an all-new 12-bay quick lane, servicing all makes and models for brakes, tires, oil changes, and more. Come see our Lamarkable deals and service. Stop by or go to Lamark.com. Thanks to Ronnie Lamarck, Senior, Junior. Prayers continue for Natasha and the entire Lamarck Automotive family for their support. Country Day by 10. She didn't know what to do, and then she walked again.
I think you'd have to say that in this quarter, St. Martin's has definitely outplayed Country Day, but we're halfway through the quarter and it's still a 10-point game.
Well, Cheers needs to get the ball back off that inbounds pass. Nice up and under, can't convert. Henderson boards. Henderson with 10 rebounds now. Cheers on the open floor. Splits one, splits two, splits three, puts it up and scores. Casey Cheers, coast to coast. 13 for Cheers and a 12-point lead.
That's what she does best.
Can't convert. Henderson another board, her 11th. Cheers crosses over again. Look at Cheers go all the way. Casey Cheers taking over.
That's two defensive miscues by St. Martin's. They're allowing Casey Cheers to go down the floor twice in a row with driving layups.
Runner by Wiltz, back rim, rebound. And tie ball, alternating possession to St. Martin's. And you can't wait any longer. They have to bring back Jaden Coleman, and they do.
She's got to get back in.
Down 14 with 3:36 to play in the third. Kyler Coleman to Wiltz to Robinson. Patience exhibited. Dribble penetration. Got to the paint. Affected by Schneider. Rebound cleared, but no loss. Got it back. Poked away again. Got it back. Great attempt, but knocked away. Got it back. Lonnie shoots, can't score. Rebound controlled by Wiltz, her fourth board. Coleman the other way. Will she challenge Schneider? She does. Gets it blocked again. And now a whistle on the second attempt. 7 blocks for Schneider.
Well, her third foul just there, too.
Picks up her third. So now Schneider has 3, Bill. And if you're Coach Gardner, do you leave her in? Nope, I think he's going to take her out.
I think you get her out at least for the remainder of this quarter.
With a 14-point lead, you can afford to do it.
I think you can.
Robinson looking for her first point of the game. Cannot get it. Still haven't had a substitution for Country Day. Now we do. Jane Gamble for Ellie Schneider. Robinson got the second. First point of the game. It's a 13-point lead for the Cajuns. That's what they do. Give it back to Chairs.
And then
she'll split 2. Takes it all the way with the left hand. They can't stop her, Bill.
She's like a locomotive once she gets it. But that's what she's got to do. She's got to get the ball back right away.
17 for Chairs. Almost half the points. 15-point lead. St. Martin's needs a run. Coleman baseline. They don't have Schneider to block shots anymore, so go right back at
rebound.
her.
Yep.
Got the rebound. Kicks it to her cousin. She'll score. Big difference with no presence of Schneider in there. And a steal. Shot no good. Put back Benoit. No. Rebound Coleman. And a foul. What a difference without Schneider,
difference. Right? Big difference without her on the floor right now. But you still, you've got 2 minutes left. You still got that 13-point lead.
Maggie Schneider got the foul. Country Day's over the limit. So St. Martin's will shoot free throws the rest of this game.
Let's see what they can do on that with this part of the game.
Kyler Coleman at the line, 7 points in the game. 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. Trying to cut into a 13-point disadvantage. And boy, airballed it. Just don't expect that at all from a scorer. And a substitution, Robinson replacing Kyler Coleman.
Okay, now they've got Chairs.
And now they're backing off defensively, which is kind of a surprise. Unless there's fatigue there, they're going to let Chairs walk it up. Chairs doesn't look fatigued at all, and she's been going coast to coast. Picked up by Robinson. Spread look by Country Day. Henderson to Lonnie. Lonnie, nice pass down low. Keep the ball moving. Chairs in the corner. Splits 2. Great pass to Henderson. Puts it up. Can't score. Chipped out of bounds to Country Day, I believe. Now they'll discuss it. I think it's Country Day ball, Bill, from what I saw, but
I think Country Day tapped the ball, but I don't know if it got tapped off of one of the St. Martin players.
Lafayette crew will give it to Country Day. Keeping it in front court. They're trying to buy time with Schneider on the bench with 3 fouls. Trying to get this to the end of the quarter before they bring her back. Over the top, Henderson knocked away but retained by Country Day. Lonnie to Chairs. Or Chairs runs to go get that ball, doesn't she?
She does.
Double teamed, trying to get it out of her hands. This is Schneider. And a steal. Coleman the other way. Benoit passed up the shot, but gets fouled, so she'll go to the line. Fouls on Lonnie. That's her third.
1-1.
So now Lonnie has 3, as does Ellie Schneider. At the line, Benoit, good shooter in the 1-1. 3 points in the game, all came in the first quarter, the freshman. Perfect, as I told you earlier, she doesn't miss.
Very nice release.
Elbow chucked in. Short stroke, good extension. Like I told you. Didn't miss anything in warm-ups. The lead is 11, so St. Martin's wants to get this to single digits before the end of the quarter. Casey Chairs will walk it up with 1:08 to play in the third.
I think it's a good move on Country Day, too. Walking it up with Schneider on the bench, you're letting some time run off the clock.
5-second call.
Count.
Defense good by Kyler Coleman. Turnover Country Day. 15 now against the Cajuns. And now a chance for St. Martin's to get this to single digits.
Double screen again.
Open look for 3. Short. Rebound on the floor, and Henderson has another one. Boy, she's been great on the boards. 12 rebounds. Chairs up and under. What a move. Casey Chairs with 19. And it's 38-25.
You know, you can see it in her eyes. She's looking at you, and then all of a sudden she darts the other way.
13-point lead. Could be the final shot of the quarter here. Nice feed underneath. Missed the layup. Got it back. Put it in. Bryan stay with it. Give her credit. She's got 6. 38-27. 7 seconds. 6. Chairs will try to go the distance. 4 seconds. 3. Chairs gives it up. Open shooter. Got it. At the buzzer. Chairs creates for her teammate Jane Gamble. No Gamble there. 4th assist for Chairs. Quarter comes to a close. Country Day with a comfortable 13-point lead, Bill.
Boy, St. Martin's looked like they had their chances in that quarter. They came out in the full court press and caused some turnovers. Weren't able to score off the turnovers. Got Ellie Schneider in foul trouble. Got her out of the game. Controlled the boards. But they find themselves down 13 instead of 10 now.
Well, they didn't make hay with Schneider on the bench, and they really needed to.
They really did. They really did. And credit Country Day for just keeping at it and making the adjustments that they had to make with Schneider out of the game. Of course, you don't have to make that many adjustments when you got somebody like Casey Chairs in the game either. And she just took over that game with just driving down the floor relentlessly.
Fourth quarter set to begin. A 40-27 lead. The winner goes on to the semifinals in Division III to play the winner of the game this evening between number 2 seed St. Mary's of Natchitoches and number 7 seed Vermilion Catholic. St. Mary's the favorite there. Country Day or St. Martin's would have to go to Natchitoches in the semifinals. Fourth quarter begins. Cajun ball, and Ellie Schneider's back on the floor to start the fourth quarter. Lonnie has an open look. Soft touch, but that's Schneider over the back. And that's 4, and that's a huge call.
I told you those over the backs are going to come in the second half.
But that's one you just don't want to do. I mean, with 3 fouls, she's going to have to come out right away. And this will be St. Martin's chance to come back and win this game.
Yes,
Schneider's going to have to sit for a while, Bill.
She's going to be out at least half this quarter.
I got to believe so.
Unless St. Martin's makes a big run, and you got to put her back in.
So here's Hallie Bryan at the line, 1-1, missed it. Rebound, Henderson, she's got 13 now.
Tell you what, she's been a big part of this game too.
Gigantic. Chair splits 2. Picked up by a third defender. Recognized a double team, avoids it, up and under move, and she got fouled. They can't stop her off the bounce. They just can't. It's going to work on Robinson. It's her first. Only 3 team fouls on St. Martin's. Henderson put it on the floor. Give it back to Chairs with the left hand. Short. Rebound. Controlled by Jaden Coleman, her fourth. Coleman over the top pass. Benoit can't handle it. Turnover, St. Martin's gives it back. Tried to run. Good idea. Looked to be there, but wasn't able to convert.
Is Hannah Benoit Brady's daughter?
Don't think so. But you never know. I didn't ask. It could be. I don't know. You stumped me. Great pass. Oh, it won't go. Rebound, Henderson. Can't finish. Rebound, Benoit. Benoit all the way. Gives it up to Coleman. Put it in. Tyler Coleman with 9. Benoit the assist. It's 40-29. And they can go inside. There's a travel. Turnover against Country Day. And again, without Schneider down low, St. Martin's can dribble drive it, Bill, or even pass it inside.
They've got to take care of things on defense also at this point.
Coleman faked, didn't take the 3. Not a surprise there.
They haven't hit one yet tonight.
Nice up and under move. Score it.
We're inside 10.
Jaden Coleman makes it a 9-point game. She's got 6 with 6:40 to play. Open shooter down low. Smart to kick it back out, but then a quick shot, and it goes in. Lonnie gets the basket. Her first 2 of the game. Gamble the assist, 42-31. Benoit.
There's your 3.
Well, she's a great shooter, Bill. And the freshman knocks it down, and now the lead is 8 and a timeout.
No, I think they called a violation.
Oh, they called a violation?
Let's see. No, they're giving them the timeout.
That's what I thought.
They are
with
giving
6:17 to play. A timeout. 42-34 Country Day. And if you're Adam Gardner, how long do you wait to put Schneider back in? It's a tough decision to make. We can tell you that live streaming on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by Riverlands Insurance, meeting all your insurance needs, and a proud recipient of the Top Insurance Workplace Award for 2019 from Insurance Business America. Call Riverlands at 1-800-336-4579 or go to Rivens.com. And live streaming on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by Ye Olde College Inn and Rockin' Bowl. College Inn, a true New Orleans farm-to-table restaurant, open Tuesday through Saturday for dinner, and home of the New Orleans Prep Sports Hall of Fame. Ye Olde College Inn and Rockin' Bowl. And our thanks to our friends at Gibbs Construction, a leader in the construction industry in Louisiana and the Gulf Coast for more than 35 years, transforming dreams, visions, and plans into reality. Gibbs Construction. 8-point lead, and here comes Schneider to the scores table, Bill, and she's back in. So now if you're St. Martin's, you have got to go at her.
She can't come in yet.
Can't come in yet.
She didn't check in before the timeout.
So she waits at the scores table. Country Day has had trouble getting the ball inbounds without her. St. Martin's will have the ball on the inbounds play, Bill, so they did get the ball. And a chance to cut into an 8-point deficit. And they have to attack inside, don't they?
One more time.
Coleman dribble drive. Coleman in the paint. Coleman misses. Rebound controlled by Robinson, her 7th. Robinson, skip pass. Benoit, good shooter, but she drives it, shoots it, misses it. Benoit got her own board. Benoit, again dribble drive. Freshman misses, but got it back again. And this time Henderson knocked it away, but it's gotten back, put in.
Benoit has really come alive in the last couple of minutes of this ball game.
Coleman cuts the deficit to 42-36.
You need a double team right there. They got the ball.
Chairs in the corner. Chairs up and under move. She got it. Casey Chairs with 21 has an answer, and the lead is 8. Schneider still at the scorers table. 5:30 to go. 8-point lead, Country Day. Benoit's been a force. Coleman. Jaden Coleman kept her dribble alive. Nice pass down low. Left-hand layup, no good. Put back, no good. Rebound, put back, no good again. Rebound on the floor. Who wants it? And it's Coleman who has it. 4 chances here.
Walked.
And a travel. Boy, 3 offensive rebounds, Bill. You've got to score.
You got to convert on those. You got to convert.
And now Schneider is back in at the 5:02 mark with an 8-point lead.
You still have to contend with this pressure, and they still have chairs inbounding the ball.
And Schneider has to play smart, Bill. She can't
She's
try to go over anybody to get
right.
a rebound. They see her down low. She's got an open shot. Oh, and rimmed out. Rebound chairs. Put back. No. Rebound controlled. And going the other way is Kyler Coleman. Wild shot, no good, but an offensive board. Jaden Coleman keeps it alive. Still anybody's game. Robinson found an open shooter. Blocked by Schneider.
She's really taking a chance in there.
Henderson got it off the block and a jump ball. And this will be St. Martin's ball. Well, Henderson has 15 rebounds in the game, and Schneider has 8 blocks in the game.
I don't think Henderson's come out of the game, so she's really playing hard tonight.
Open look for 3.
Short.
No. But an offensive board and miss. And finally, Chairs has the rebound.
That's the worst thing you can do is have Chairs get the rebound, because here she comes.
Nice pass to Henderson. Score it. Chairs creating her 5th assist. Henderson has been a force. She's in double figures with 10, and the lead is 10 as we approach the halfway mark of the 4th quarter. Winner to the semifinals. Fumbles that. On the floor, Lonnie reaches for it, creates a jump ball, turnover to Country Day. Good hustle by Addison Lonnie.
You see a little tiredness on St. Martin's part right there. The girl just waited for the ball and didn't make any effort to get it.
3:57 to play in the game. Country Day, 10-point lead, trying to get to the semis for the 2nd straight year. And you're right, you did see some fatigue on the Saints side of things.
Well, they've played so hard to get it back inside of 10, and they really made a good run when Schneider was out of the game, but that may have been all they had left. And really, they've got nobody that stepped in to stop Chairs once she gets a full head of steam with the ball.
So again, a 10-point lead for Country Day. They're in overtime, by the way, in the State Soccer Championship Division II. Ben Franklin, St. Thomas More girls, first overtime, still scoreless. Alan Derrida reporting that fatigue is starting to set in. Country Day ball out of the timeout with 3:57 to play in the game.
And interestingly, they do not have Chairs inbounding the ball this time.
No. They're going to look for her, but she's doubled. So they go to Henderson in the open floor. And she handles it pretty well. And now to Chairs. Well, Henderson's been the unsung hero, Bill.
She really has.
Chairs to Schneider. Yes, sir. Schneider's in double figures with 11. Chairs has 6 assists, and the lead is 12. They've got 3 good players, don't they?
Tonight they do.
Off the mark. Chairs can't control it. Out of bounds to St. Martin's. Well, Schneider has 11 points, 8 rebounds, 8 blocks. Not out of the realm of possibility. She could get a triple-double. Don't see that on the high school level.
Not at all.
Benoit, good shooter off the inbounds pass. No.
Looked good.
Rebound.
Hand.
Put back. No.
Henderson.
And now Henderson, her 16th board. And now a turnover. It's the only thing Country Day doesn't want to do now. They've got a 12-point lead. In on a 6-0 run right now. 17 turnovers for the Cajuns. Coleman can't get it. Schneider the rebound. So she's got 9 boards now. Here comes Chairs. Splits to left hand. No. Put back.
Henderson.
Yes. Sophia Henderson. 12 points, 17 rebounds, Bill. And it's 50-36. What a force she's been.
I tell you what, she's really put in an effort tonight.
Coleman splits two. Nice pass. Shot missed. Henderson got another board. Wow. 18 for Sophia. Chairs. Open floor. All the way fouled. She'll shoot two. Benoit got her. And Country Day is looking real good now to advance.
You can see it in the eyes of the Saints.
Hannah Benoit commits her third. Chairs limping a little bit, trying to walk it off. Chairs at the line with 21 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. Stuffing the stat sheet, as it were.
I mean, just, when she gets that head of steam going, dribbling the ball, there's just nothing in her way.
Well, I guess she can shoot it too, but she hasn't had to in this game.
No.
Missed this free throw, though. And we'll get Abby Beck back in the game. Also checking in, Lydia Green for the first time for St. Martin's. Chairs. Put it in. 22 for Chairs. And a 15-point lead. Matches the biggest. 2:26 to play. Baseline Wiltz. Nice pass. Robinson couldn't handle it, though. Has to kick it back out. They got to shoot that shot. Got to shoot that one. Wiltz. No. Rebound out of bounds. I mean, you don't have time to keep moving the ball.
No, you can't.
You're not the open look. You got to shoot.
You're not looking for that extra pass now.
Bill's going to head down here in about 30 seconds or so to talk to the winning coach, Adam Gardner. And a star of the game, I guess, Casey Chairs. You could talk to 3, Bill, if you wanted to. Goodness gracious. Henderson, Schneider, Chairs have been terrific. Over the top pass. Henderson can't control it. Turnover. Shot no good. Goes out of bounds. You have to hold a button till it turns green. So at 1:51 to play, 51-36, Country Day. Second straight semifinal appearance, it looks like, for Country Day coming, and a foul in front court here. This is going to go against 21, Kyler Coleman, her second. Coleman gets her second. Maggie Schneider to get it in to Chairs in the corner. Only 5 team fouls on St. Martin. Lonnie for 3. Nope. Rebound comes long. On the run now is Kyler Coleman with her 10th board. Kyler Coleman will miss it. Rebound Robinson, her 8th board. Minute 25 to play. Wiltz to the baseline. Floater, yes. Sydney Wiltz with 4. 51-38. Timeout Country Day, a 30-second timeout with a minute 16 left. So again, the winner moving on to the semis to play the winner of St. Mary's, the 2 seed, and the 7 seed Vermilion Catholic. They're playing this evening. Country Day poised to reach the semifinals once again. With a 13-point lead here. There's strategy discussed. Now teams back on the floor. Chairs will be the inbound passer with a minute 16 left. And a 13-point lead to Henderson. It finds Chairs. Looking to double teamer at center court. Good steal by Coleman. Coleman drives. Coleman uncontested. Missed the layup. Chairs rebounds and she's fouled. Fourth foul on Jaden Coleman. And with 1:01 to play, Country Day getting it back. Chairs with less than a minute to play, just will try to maintain a dribble as long as possible. Goes down, travels, turnover, Country Day. Well, St. Martin's has been able to turn them over, which they needed to, the Saints, but it's not going to be enough. It's 20 turnovers against the Cajuns. 48 seconds to play. Wiltz fouled, and you don't want to foul if you're Country Day. It's the last thing you want to do. Stop the clock and give them a chance to score points. Schneider with 11 points, 9 rebounds, 8 blocks for Country Day. Henderson, 12 points, 18 rebounds, 2 steals. Free throw missed by Wiltz. And a substitution, Country Day. Kennedy O'Brien will get some time in the final minute. Free throw good. Wiltz splits a pair, cuts the deficit to 12. 42 seconds left. Chairs splitting defenders again. Chairs tried to get it to Schneider, found her, missed it. Schneider can't get the rebound, controlled by Benoit going the other way. Benoit bounce pass beauty there. Layup good. Benoit finds Wiltz, who scores. And a foul right away. 20.8 seconds, or did they say out of bounds? Out of bounds with 20.8 seconds to play. St. Martin's suddenly on a 5-0 run, but it's not enough with 20.8 to play. And there's another turnover. No, Chairs will get it. Has Schneider wide open, couldn't get to the ball. Turnover. And a steal by Robinson. And now another turnover here with 11.8 seconds left. Country Day about to wrap this one up. Chairs with 22.7 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. Chairs inbounds Henderson. O'Brien with 8.6. Henderson with 5. And a foul with 3.2 left. That's going to be on Jaden Coleman, and she's fouled out. So Jaden Coleman fouls out with 11 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists. Another good effort, just wasn't enough. 1-1 Henderson, who's had a huge game. 12 points, 18 boards, 2 steals. Free throw by Henderson is perfect. 13 for Sophia. Second one is going in as well. 12-point lead. Henderson with 14. And that'll do it. The Country Day Cajuns defeat the St. Martin Saints 53-41 to advance to the semifinals. What a victory for Country Day, as they advance with their 15th win of the year against 4 defeats. And St. Martin's an outstanding season. The Saints finish 19-11. Really fine year for them, but tough goings here to be able to finish it off. Bill Gallagher will get our star of the game, Casey Chairs, along with Adam Gardner, as he gets them in position right now. Make sure the mic's turned on and ready to roll. So with that, we go down to Well, I'm seeing he's not ready yet for whatever reason. Trying to get the mic turned on. All you got to do is hold it on. All right, let's go down to Bill Gallagher. I think he's ready now. Are you ready, Bill? Okay, he can't seem to get that to work for whatever reason, although we had it set up. So we'll try again, see if we can get him to speak down there. We're up perched high, so we can't reach him for whatever reason. So I'm not sure. Just talking to it. Not working. So unable to get that. Well, we can tell you once again. We'll go over the scoring real quick while that happens. All right, go ahead, Bill.
Okay, we're here with winning coach Adam Gardner from Country Day, as well as star player Casey Chairs. Coach, you've made it to the semifinals now twice, 2 years in a row. How's that feel?
It feels pretty good to get back to the semifinals. I can't say enough about the work these coaches do and these players.
All right, obviously a great job there by Coach Gardner and his Country Day team.
It helps to have,
Here we go.
number 10 right here.
Yeah, you played a lot of seventh graders tonight, but your three upperclassmen kind of came through tonight.
Yeah, they really dominated. Our big
Of course, as Bill talks to Coach Gardner, the team's warming up in the background. You have a scrimmage coming up between a couple of playoff teams in Country Day and Brother Martin.
Casey, you can't be stopped once you get the ball in the open court.
I want to thank we wouldn't have been here. Like he said, we didn't have a team at first. We had to ask 5 7th graders to come help us. I mean, my two bigs, my freshman and my sophomore, they helped me a lot. I mean, they just all pushed me. We all push each other to be the best team we could be.
All right, Bill, thanks very much. So, appreciate that. Great to hear from Casey Chairs. Hope you heard enough of that. We certainly did. And appreciate her. Appreciate Adam Gardner for a job well done as Country Day emerges victorious here. 53-41 the final. And again, just going over some of the final numbers in this one. Some impressive numbers. Casey Chairs, 22 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. She had 2 steals as well. Sophia Henderson had 14 points, 18 rebounds, and 2 steals. Ellie Schneider finishing with 11 points, 9 rebounds, 8 blocks. Those 3 were just terrific. Maggie Schneider had 2 points. Addison Lawney finished with 2 points. Jane Gamble finished with 2 points as well. Meanwhile, for St. Martin's, Toy Robinson scored 1 point. She did have 8 rebounds, 2 steals. Abby Beck, 2 points. Jaden Coleman had 6 points, 6 rebounds. Sydney Wiltz finished with 7 points, 5 rebounds. Hannah Benoit finished with 8 points and 6 rebounds. Hallie Bryan, 6 points and 7 rebounds. Kyler Coleman, 11 points, 10 rebounds, and Kyler had 3 assists in the game, but it wasn't enough. St. Martin started on a 7-2 run, but then Country Day was able to even at 8-8 at the end of the 1 quarter. Then they really controlled. They really changed this game in the 2nd quarter. That's when the game changed. Country Day went on a 17-2 run, and that run proved to be the decisive run in the game because St. Martin's was never able to get back within more. The closest they got was 6 points the rest of the way. So you always look back in any game and look for that decisive run. Well, it happened in the 2nd quarter of this game when Country Day went on a 17-2 run. They end up winning it 53-41. They're 15-4 on the year. Play the winner of Vermilion Catholic and St. Mary's in the semifinals. And I mean, you look at this; these two teams are very young. Talked about that in the open. But when you look at Casey Chairs, she's not young, and that was the difference in the game. You had one senior out there that just controlled this game, and Henderson was great, and Schneider was great, but Casey Chairs controlled the game. She's double-teamed, triple-teamed. couldn't get the ball out of her hands enough. She split defenders. When she wasn't scoring, she was assisting others, and she was the difference in the game.
She was a locomotive once she got the ball in the open court. And she's such a graceful and grateful young lady. Just giving a lot of plaudits to her, especially to the 7th graders tonight. That she said it just wasn't just her, that it was a team effort, that she couldn't do it without her teammates. She's a big part of that. But I think they look up to her. Obviously, when she walked back into the locker room and I was walking right behind her, as soon as she made her presence and walked in, her whole all of her teammates are cheering for her. So, and she's cheering right back for them. So, as Coach Gardner said, they're a team, they're a family, and they played like it tonight. They had some really good efforts tonight.
Looking at the best teams in the state, they might be one player or one ball handler short, because when you're facing the better teams, the really athletic teams, they're going to get the ball out of Chair's hands more often, and they really don't seem to have that second ball handler on that team. They have two bigs that are really good.
Yeah, they got the two, Henderson and Schneider, but you get into the 7th graders, and Kenny, they're 7th graders.
That's amazing.
They're 12 years old. They're 13 years old. So, that's going to happen. When they get on the bigger stage, that's going to happen. But you know what? This is what I tell your kids right now. This is what I tell them. You're not 7th graders now. You're only in 8th grade now. You're in, but still, you've played a whole season. You've gotten that seasoning behind you, and somebody's going to have to step up. Yeah.
Well, you look at Sophia Henderson. She's a sophomore. She had 14 points, 18 rebounds, and 2 steals in the game. You look at Ellie Schneider, a freshman. She had 11 points, 9 rebounds, 8 block shots in the game. So youth was served on that side. Of course, St. Martin's, what a great future they have with all these young players that are on the floor. For Courtney Ward, who's done an excellent job.
You're going to see both these teams again next year. I mean, Country Day's losing Casey Chairs, but you're going to have everybody back for St. Martin's. You're going to have everybody other than Chairs back for Country Day. And, these two teams are going to battle it out for the next couple of years.
Well, there's no doubt that Country Day was the better team here this afternoon. The Cajuns do advance to the semifinals for the 2nd straight year. Again, the winner of Vermilion Catholic and St. Mary's Natchitoches awaits them. If it is St. Mary's, well, Country Day would have to travel to Natchitoches. If it's Vermilion Catholic, well, Country Day would play right here at Patrick Gymnasium. So, again, they'll be watching that one, which, by the way, is just getting started as we speak, a 6:30 start. So that one will be decided in the next hour and a half, 2 hours. And Country Day will watch with great interest as they look forward to moving on to the state semifinals next week by virtue of a 53-41 win over St. Martin's here this evening. Bill, it's been a pleasure. We'll have another playoff game or two coming up on the boys' side, and look forward to calling those.
Looking forward to it. Glad to have a good night tonight.
Want to thank Matt Merritt, for a job well done. As always, thank Lenny Van Gilder for helping set this up and make sure we're good to go. And our thanks go out as well to Mike McGuire here at Country Day, to Frank Gendusa at St. Martin's, the entire staffs of both of these outstanding institutions for making this possible. Once again, our final score here this evening was Country Day 53, St. Martin's Episcopal 41. For Bill Gallagher, for Chip and Matt, this is Ken Trahan saying thanks for joining us and be a good sport. God bless you one and all. We are rounding third and heading home. So long.